What's up, my crypto legends? The price of Bitcoin breaking the resistance of the symmetrical triangle. Now, is this a sustainable breakout? We're going to hit all-time highs in the next couple of days, potentially even today. This is what we're going to talk about in today's episode. Of course, what we mentioned just a few days ago as well, the breakout of the resistance of the bump and run at $66,000. Also mentioned on Twitter, if we were to break above this resistance, we're looking at $72,000 area to be hit. That's been playing out very, very nicely. Today, we're talking about the major levels. Of course, I did get into that long position here at the $66,000 range, taking most of the profits. I have attempted some short positions at this area that have been gotten stopped out. We do not win them all, guys, but these stop losses are minor losses compared to the wins. We cannot always win every single trade, right? So I did actually get stopped out today. Remember, if you do want to trade, Bybit is for me the #1 crypto trading platform. You do have an insane bonus down below and also 20% fee reduction on your trades. 𝗬cie is a great alternative where you do have $20,000 deposit bonus and they have very low fees as well. No KYC is required for the moment. With an email and a password, you're signing up. So let's go right away with this scenario, okay? The bump and run, of course, already played out during the last few days. Very, very nice. The reason why I longed here was based on a triple bottom scenario. The value area high of this trading zone holding very, very nicely, as you can see on the chart here. And then finally getting that massive rise all the way up here to these highs, taking most of the profits already. Let's zoom out and talk about the most famous pattern right now, because, you know, I like to take a look at Twitter and have my coffee. And obviously, this is the pattern that, you know, is actually on the eyes of everybody. Now, the question is this a sustainable breakout? Is it a fake out? Well, for the moment, we cannot say it's a fake out. It's actually breaking out very, very nicely. And we could be expecting higher levels. Now, the main reason why, of course, well, we are above the lower high here from the resistance of the symmetrical triangle. And for the moment, that looks pretty strong. The only way that I would know that this is a potential fake out is if we do start dropping beneath the highs right over here from the last week of March, which is around about the $71,800. If we were to solidly break down from this area, now it's going to be a little bit of a squeezed zone, right? There's going to be the potential of a fake out, okay? And also the potential of a bounce of the support level, right? The resistance of the lower highs flipping into support. Now, it's going to be a very, very complex situation, but what I want to explain here is that we do have a weekly naked point of control that has been broken out very, very nicely. This weekly naked point of control is basically from the price action that we had the second week of March, okay? This is where we had the $71,800 major resistance. We slightly tapped that level, almost tapped it here back on the last week of March. When we do get that naked point of control out here, you can see right over here, this red horizontal line. So no doubt that if we do get a movement down beneath these highs, it could be very much a sign of weakness. Would I consider a short position if we do get a drop and a bounce to backtest this level? I'm going to say absolutely yes, because no doubt that this could be a swing short position. This could actually bring the price all the way down to these lows right over here in the next coming days. However, we need to see that big major collapse. We need to see the price bouncing back up and getting that choppiness at this level. This is the only way that I could get into a short position right now, unless I'm attempting some scalp shorts on the lower time frames, right? But we're here to talk about higher time frames on this YouTube video update. So if we were to get that big move down, okay, and the price coming back up and getting that choppiness, double top scenarios here, back testing the highs of the last week of March, hitting that weekly naked point of control from the second week of March, this price action, basically that high volume node, possibly back testing and then dropping down, meaning that this is not a successful breakout. And obviously the target zone would be coming all the way down to at least test the support okay, of the symmetrical triangle, basically taking these lows right there. Now, this swing short position, we need to see the rejection. We need to see that price action, okay? Because then that would be a sign of weakness. There is no sign of weakness right now on the chart. And this looks very, very bullish, to be honest. We're not getting the rejection. We are trading above these lower highs right there, the weekly naked point of control. And we are just less than $2,000 away in hitting the all-time high. So potentially, after this video, we're already hitting that all-time high. So the only main reason that I would take a swing short position right now is if we do lose with a big amount of price action, right, a big amount of volume and significant, price action to the downside, understanding that that could be a fake out and obviously looking for that bounce to the 61878 Fibonacci with double, triple tops locally, back testing this level and the weekly, and then targeting obviously these lows right there and the higher low support of the triangle. That is the only way that I could get into a swing short position. For the moment, the price action is bullish. Now, of course, what would be the other scenarios? This weekly naked point of control has been managing to hold very nicely as support during the last few hours. Look at this, bounce right there, bounce right there. This is a high volume node of the second week of March, like I explained here just a few minutes ago. If we lose that level, then yes, we could consider some shorts. However, how can I get into another long position? What if I did not long here the back test of this level? Well, of course, a failed auction from the lows, right? A test of the lows, liquidity grab is still definitely a possibility for a long position. What if the price action does come down here to this zone and it looks bearish? However, the price just wicks beneath the level and then starts getting acceptance back above this weekly naked point of control. That could be a long trigger, but we need the price to bounce back up again here and then obviously back testing it as support. That could just be a liquidity grab, and a sign of strength would be getting back above, and obviously we are jumping into a possible long position here, managing our risk and just targeting the highs again. Now, that is a long scenario that I do see available. Have a sweep of the lows again here if you did miss any long positions. And then if you do get back above this weekly naked point of control, the $71,800 range, which is basically those highs as well from late March. Okay, it's basically those highs right over here also that I would take into consideration. Okay, right over here. This high over here from this wick on the 27th of March, okay, you lose that level, you get back above, then that would be a great long opportunity. Just a quick move down here, getting back above, and then yes, we're looking for that long position. I would be looking for a long trade right over there. However, if the price does get a big breakdown, then like I said, I would be looking for the back test here with double, triple tops potentially to backtest that level and then start rolling here to the downside as a major sign of weakness. Any longs, any shorts here on higher time frame that I'm looking at? Let's take a look here at the possibility of, could we test the all-time highs and get a big major pullback at this level? Something that I'm going to be remaining patient. I would only see a failed auction, swing failure pattern on higher time frames, basically a daily candle closing beneath the level. As long as the lower time frame hourly, 4 hourly candles, are getting above this level, I would not get into a short position instantly here after hitting all-time high. Possibly a quick scalp position. No doubt that we can scalp because we did get a rejection from this point here. You can scalp short just a few $100s, and it's very much acceptable if you know how to get in, be defensive, and get out quickly, okay? From this level, we basically did not create a swing failure pattern. Look at these highs right over here, okay? The weekly naked point of control, those highs created on late March, okay? If this pivot high right there, we did not create a swing failure pattern. Look, on the 1 minute time frame, you can see the price action just blasted through the level and actually maintained pretty nicely as support with this consolidation. So If you do not get a rejection on the 1 minute, 3 minute time frame from the all-time high, just for a quick scalp short position, let's mark that all-time high right away here, then yeah, you could get into a quick little scalp short right over here. But like I said, price will probably just reject about, a few $100, and then probably just maintain higher low support structure on lower time frames. So get a quick move to the downside, wick to the downside, and then continue up. You can scalp short this. You just need to be very quick. Stop loss at entry point. You get a rejection here. You got a naked point of control that could act as support. This naked point of control at $73,580 is basically from this price action that we had on the 14th of March. Okay, this naked point of control from the 14th of March has not been hit. And if you do create that swing failure pattern locally, okay, well, basically hitting the all-time high, getting a quick pullback, naked point of control here, this high volume node could act as support. It is a drop of $300-400 and you can make some pretty decent gains, but you need to be quick and understand that maybe the first attempt will reject, but then you're probably going to break out just hours after. Now, not much more has to be said. All-time high could be hit in the next coming hours. The breakout could be very explosive. We're probably going to be entering price discovery. We would have to enter a new zone here to understand what is going to happen. Is there a scenario that we are forming an ABC flat? Of course, that is a possibility where we are forming here an A, a B, and a C inside of a much larger A, B, C scenario. Possible targets here is the 1236, 1382. Okay, looking at the extension from pivot high, all-time high to this pivot low, we know that the target zone reversing here, the Fibonacci extension, could be in between $77,000 and $79,000 for that possible flat scenario, guys. Now, this is obviously the only way that this could play out, is that if we do have a huge amount of big players, big money shorting the market at this zone. Price is bullish for the moment. Looks like that we are going to attempt all-time high maybe in the next coming hours. The liquidity that there is sitting over there is over $2 billion. We've swept up the liquidity at $72,000 the last few hours, and we still have quite significant liquidity, short liquidations over $2 billion at $74,000 range. Not much more has to be said on this video update. Thank you, legends, and I'll see you in the next one.